Let's have a celebration the Sliwa way.
Let's have a celebration the Sliwa way. Finally, something good.
Finally, something good. We got to see Curtis Sliwa in the flesh.
In the flesh, we walked by there a sea of red berets. Gay guys? No. Well, some I'm sure,
I'm
but
sure.
that doesn't seem like their thing. But I said, you joked about voting for that guy.
And then I saw him and I was like, oh my God. And I gave him a big old smile and he gave me a scowl.
And we were like, what is his fucking problem?
Right. But his problem was at that very moment, Zoran was meeting with Trump and they were really becoming buds. And he's like, that was supposed to be me.
Yeah. And people were really giving them the Alphaba Glinda treatment,
Yeah.
Trump and Zoran.
No,
so.
they are literally Oz's favorite team.
Did you see that DJT rolled out with a new look today?
No.
He woke up feeling new after Zoran. Someone put a picture side by side and like you can see where he pulled the look from. He's so cute. He is dressing for his crush. I'm like, thank God it wasn't Sliwa, because the way that he'd be coming in with the fucking beret.
No, the power of a crush, though. I'm like, I can't wait to see what that brings out. What kind of mania comes out of DJT?
Anyway, it's safe to say that Curtis Sliwa is no longer the girl in the bubble. The bubble has popped.
No, it was really nice of, first,
I'm Julia.
I'm Erin.
She is the Emmy Award-winning producer behind your favorite television shows.
And she is the indie darling of the Tribeca Film Festival.
And this is Stream Queens the Pod. Misinformation and rage bait brought to you by the intellectual Bushwick class.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, with the definitive take on pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture TV and whatever the hell we're streaming in our house this week. Except this week, the orderlies were very nice to us. We've been on very good behavior. Yep. So we got a little treat. The nurses let us out of the ward and we got to go outside. I think it's nice
to do something nice on Wicked for Good.
Yeah, so we got to see Wicked for Good. We went to the movies.
Thank goodness.
We had a wonderful movie theater experience. Thank you, Regal Essex. Yeah, it was so nice to get out, enjoy some Regal Essex RPX, some recliner chairs, ate some candy, got really sick.
Oh, yeah, ready to bomb.
But that was the intention.
Yes, we went in and we had intention set as hell for Wicked for Good.
We did. We came in intention set. I said, I'm getting popcorn, I'm getting a Diet Coke, and I'm getting a candy, and I'm going to feel really, really bad. But then I did some harm reduction. I got water instead of Diet Coke, but I still felt sick.
But not as sick as you would have.
But less sick. I had a couple sips of your Diet Coke, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm always going to be here to give you Diet Coke.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are led to those who we can help in return.
If we let them,
literally, when I cry during For Good, like often you're one of the visions
of course,
that come
me
where
too.
I'm like,
no, stop.
There was some sobbing in this fuck-ass movie.
Oh, we were sobbing. Come on. Well, we had heard, people were saying that this movie was disappointing.
Galanian lies.
Yeah, we were getting a lot of misinformation, which is weird because that's our thing.
Yeah, we were, and consequently, I'm not always great at sussing out misinformation.
Yeah, and this just proved it because we got a lot of word that this movie was there was that headline that was Wicked for Good is very, very bad.
And I was like, you can suck my galls.
I mean,
respectfully.
And I was confused because I was like, I wonder what people are what could I be disappointed about? Because one thing I know for sure is Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, they're going to sing For Good at this movie theater going experience. I'm going to enjoy that. How am I going to be disappointed?
I'm like,
how will I be disappointed? Did they forget to do For Good?
Right. And otherwise, I'm going to
like it.
And we came out.
I loved it.
I liked it almost certainly upon first viewing more than part one.
Sure. I can't say that for myself, but
really?
I did love it. Yeah.
Well, I think the sound, the RPX of the theater shaking during this felt, maybe that was it. This felt like a big cinema movie.
Yeah, it did.
I'll be the first to say it. The movies are back.
100%.
Now, this movie in particular starts with what I initially was like, I think this might be the beginning of Django Unchained.
With the animal abuse?
Yeah, with the animal abuse of them having to kind of build the yellow brick road.
I guess, that was one of my initial reactions to the film was I would never advocate for animal abuse under any circumstances except for maybe to be represented more in Wicked for Good. I just felt like it was a little kid's movie. It was not so violent, not so scary in a way that for me, I want to be scared of the wizard. I want to be scared of the world so that I can feel really really come to whenever the world is saved. I just wanted a little more violence and kind of like fear tactics, but it felt like this was a movie for kids. And then I was like, is that a reaction to how many kids have gotten into Wicked since Wicked 1 came out?
There were a lot of kids in our theater. We did see it at 3:30.
We saw it at 3:30 in the afternoon. It was us and mostly children.
Who didn't seem scared either, by the way.
They weren't scared either. That's the thing.
It.
They can handle it. Like, that's kind of, I'm like, I get that this is a text for kids.
But I'm like, they do school shooting drills all the
time.
They can see a rhino get a little poke.
Oh my God. Literally, my friend who works in like finance, was like, we had to do like a shooter drill. And I was like, what are you guys, middle schoolers?
No, like, that's for kids.
That's for kids. Like, I'm like, but I guess Wicked for Good, like, it is for kids.
Yeah, Wicked for kids.
Wicked is for kids.
But I do think that actually all ages might be able to enjoy Wicked for Good.
I think Wicked for Good might be fun for the whole family.
You should go and see it with your families.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of this niche indie movie, Wicked for Good, you should go take your whole family. Let's talk about the new songs in Wicked, for sure. There were 3 new songs. There was Wicked Witch of the East.
Love.
The Girl in the Bubble. And No Place Like Home. Let's maybe go in that order?
Yeah, let's do that order.
Okay, Wicked Witch of the East. Go, let it rip.
Well, it came up when we talked about August Osage County, like the way that you brought up the point that theater does such a great job of giving everyone a moment.
Yeah.
And this gave Wicked Witch of the East,
Marissa
Bode or Bode, B-O-D-E.
Bodied.
Bode bodied this, like, she was fine. In Wicked 1?
She didn't have a lot to do.
No, and I am so glad that they gave her this because I felt it felt like Becoming, which when we do talk about stakes as we do all the time, like when she gets the house dropped on her, it's like, well, this is someone.
Yeah.
Like, this is a character who she has her own, the song's named after her.
For sure.
Who else shrinking shines?
Oh my God. Ethan Slater shredded. Come on.
Ethan.
Come on.
Skinner, Katie, Lenny.
Put some respect on SpongeBob.
No, that is my SpongeBob. Like,
no,
big pants, SpongeBob, big guy, pants. Okay.
Yeah, what is that? SpongeBob, big guy, pants. Okay.
And today,
that was SpongeBob, big guy, pants. Okay.
Ethan Slater was waking up feeling a brand new way.
Yeah, he was so good, and I thought. More on Nessa before we jump into Ethan Slater, because I have a lot to say about him. But Nessa's role, like, that is a difficult role because that is such a hateful character. Like, people, you don't like her. If you're a big Wicked head, like, fuck Nessa down for sure. Like, you're preying on her downfall because that bitch sucks, okay?
She's one of the only, like, straight through, you can just simply not like her. Everyone else, you're kind of like, and you're like, no,
I don't like her because she's like, she's in the wheelchair, which gives her some like automatic sympathy, but not really because she's so doted on by the father who's so mean to Alphaba, and it's so obvious, and she's so accepting of that dynamic.
Yes, well, and she benefits from it.
She benefits from it, and she resents her sister when it's like, your sister's got a lot going on that like you're not giving any grace to, and it's not all about you all the time, Nessa.
And you hate her.
Yeah. And then Nessa, like, but in this, the Wicked Witch of the East song and that whole scene, really, like, you really feel for the girl who is now in this position of power kind of randomly because her father is dead. Yeah. Her sister is gone.
Abandoned.
And the only person she has is Bach, and he doesn't even want to be with her.
No.
And he's trying to tell her that. And I get how she fucking snapped in that moment. Like, because it's like, I think in Wicked, the musical, like, on Broadway, it feels like you're like, she really is evil for that. It doesn't feel sympathetic. Marissa Bode's take on Nessa, I was like, I'm with you, girl. Like, because fully, like, I don't know.
Expanding the apartheid state to include his entire race.
Well, and I think, like, and let's talk about that because I think we always romanticize taking the high road in romantic relationships. And we don't talk enough about revenge. And I think it's okay when someone kind of breaks your heart if you want to seek a little revenge. And if you want to
make West End Girl, for example,
do that.
If you want to in servitude your lover.
if you have the ability
Yep.
to put your lover in servitude or perhaps bar his entire race from traveling.
Yeah, from free movement.
I get it, like it's kind of like I get it. It's not to say it's good. I'm not saying it's the right thing. It's kind of, it's kind of Kill Bill. It's I might kill my ex. Like it's not the best idea, but like I did all of this sober. Like it's like
she's dead
fuck,
sober.
she's dead sober and like she's
she
doing
asks-
some nasty shit.
Yeah,
And I get it though, and she really came into her own as the Wicked Witch of the East, and like buying into her own wickedness I thought was just really well done.
Yep.
And the movie did a lot for the Nessa character.
Way bigger. I certainly felt it was one of my favorite scenes. I agree.
It. I just liked it, and it was new. It's not canon, and I loved it. I mean, and also that song gave us Ethan Slater.
And who Dud in this one, I didn't know he could sing.
Dud in part 1.
Yeah. And also you talk about scary. He brought the scary.
He was terrifying, and he also did the vengefulness and just that hate that happens when you've been so hurt,
tricked, lied to,
forced into positions you didn't want to be in, like, and just it's not fair, it's not right, and how hard that can make you. Like,
it was a little cringe, and he was like, my heart it's shrinking.
Yeah, but God, he was good, and he looked good as a Tin Man, to be honest.
Yeah.
And also, like, I thought his performance in this was so good. Like, I'm ready to see SpongeBob out there. I'm ready to see him in more stuff in a way that I wasn't after the first one. Not really because of his performance, but because of the scandal and the stories. And now I'm kind of like, I don't think this erases the lore. That will always be a part of him.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think I'm open to see more of this guy after that performance. That was wonderful.
When he's singing though about like meeting Glinda for the first time and him being absolutely taken and would do anything to be with her, I felt a pang though for his wife and kid being like, this is what Dad went through.
Literally.
In this moment. And how could you not?
But
But
like, he was method acting.
And he really does become one of the biggest villains in the entire story. And I think that is similar to the Wicked Witch of the East. It's like, well, despite all of her upbringing, which I tend to agree with, like the abandonment that she feels and also the hurt that he feels, it's like the most victimized in the story become the most villainous.
That is so true of, I guess, everyone in Wicked, and that's, I guess, what the first show about wickedness.
Spot on. I'm like, goodness, title drop.
I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
y'all nailed that one on the head, because my God. But I think both Bach and Nessa are characters who don't get much of my brain space in the show. That in Wicked for Good, those characters have become really fully realized, I think, in the film adaptation, like well beyond what the Broadway show could do for those characters. Like, I really felt for both of them, and that's a lot of credit, I think, to the writing, the directing, but also really to Ethan Slater and Marissa Bode. Like,
no, congratulations to
both of those performers.
You changed that movie for good.
You changed that movie for good. You've changed those characters. Like, you've done it.
I will also say, though, one cannot ever forget that all of Bach's passion is something he projected onto a girl he met at math class who doesn't know his name.
That's true, of course.
That's a little tough, a little delusional.
Yeah, it's true. And it's like, you don't love her. You don't know that woman.
No one knows that woman. And you could have
loved the Nessa right in front of your eyes, and that may have healed both of you. That's also maybe part of the problem, is the kind of the wanting. Oh, that's kind of an indictment of Bach, right? Like the wanting of like the skinny, pretty, blonde, popular girl instead of like the girl who's right in front of you, who could have been. Because I'm like, had Bach actually loved Nessa, neither of them may have turned out to be villains.
Well, though, I wonder, did Nessa love Bach? Could she? No. And you don't treat the people you love by making servants out of them.
I'll have to do some soul searching on that one to confirm or deny.
Yeah, and please don't take it as a personal attack.
No, of course not. The Girl in the Bubble?
The Girl in the Bubble is, if I was more empathetic, which I was from Wicked Witch of the East for Marissa and for Ethan.
Yeah.
I've never felt Ariana, and whether it's that song or the entire movie, I've never felt so much for Glinda, like so much sympathy, empathy, like, and little Glinda.
Little Glinda.
Holy shit.
No, baby Glinda was
so cute.
The dimple casting was amazing.
You have to be casting dimple forward.
Dimple forward casting for all. Let's bring that across Hollywood.
And she just had the cutest
little teeth.
Yeah, like new baby teeth.
And she was a good performer too.
Yes.
Like she was not. She could have played that spoiled petulant. She played it sweet.
Which I think that was always my interpretation of Glinda. She was a spoiled brat who's still, and which made
or maybe
her
spoiled,
less
but not so much of a brat. Like she really just was.
And to see her be tricked, I was really taken too by her desire. She wants to be magic more than anything, and she's fucking not. And yet, in that little Glinda moment, when they see the rainbow, and they're like, "Did you do that?" And she gets trapped
into taking credit for it. But
it's
like, yeah, you're not magic, and I can see a sympathy in that. But it's like, there is a superpower, as her mom tells her, like everyone loves you. And that's kind of what matters.
That's
and
the most powerful fucking magic there is.
That is magic. And it's also like, I don't know, like, I guess for a character like that, like, it's never going to be enough. If everyone loves you, I'm like, what else are you asking for from the world? Why do you need to be magic too? But I don't know. I think for me, like, the girl in the bubble.
Yeah.
And I agree. I was sympathetic to Glinda, and she had, like, a lot more depth in this movie. But I don't know. There were some issues I took with kind of the infantilization of Glinda.
Sure.
Like, I think even just the girl in the bubble, like, I'm kind of like, yeah, so you're a grown woman. Like, you're not a girl. Like, you are a grown woman in a bubble. And you also, but I think it might have been a sequencing issue. Because the girl in the bubble came, like, pretty late in the film.
Yeah.
It might have, I think, been better placed for me, perhaps, like, right after the wedding or something. Because it came late in a way that I'm like, she's got the song about like, and the bubble has to pop, but I'm kind of like, baby, the bubble has been popped. I saw your bubble pop in Defying Gravity. I saw your bubble pop multiple times on the way here. So for you to have this moment now feels a little like where you're kind of living your girlhood. Like, I don't know. It kind of felt very like millennial. I don't know how to adult. Like, I'm just a small girl.
I'm just small in my bubble.
Yeah, like it just felt like small girl kind of thing in a way that I was like, I'm like that turns me off a little bit.
She is.
And she is a very small woman. And
a funny ass girl.
Oh my God, the funniest and cutest performer. I mean, her mannerism, her little scurry when she pulls the cape on and like scurries away with her sparkles popping out. She is truly a oozing charisma. She's so
twirling
cute.
The wand. Fucking funny. Like,
she's so charming, so good. Like,
I did love the line in The Girl in the Bubble, all that's required to live in a dream is endlessly closing your eyes.
What a beautiful lyric that deserves its place in the canon, truly. And while that is the best line in the song by a long shot, and in fact, it's like the third one. Like, I'm like, how do you maybe tricked me into like putting it towards the end? I could have listened to that whole song, but like the rest of the song is kind of a skip. No offense. Like, I don't know. I mean, again, that's a harsh critique because I'm like, I was moved. She performed it beautifully, and like her sadness is real. I do think perhaps it was sequencing. It just felt late, and yeah, I'm just like, you're a woman now, Galindo.
Well, and not to add to the infantilization, but I will say, like, if you show me a crying woman for 90 minutes, I'm gonna feel bad for her. And there's a lot of really great close-ups of some
of Ariana Grande crying. God,
what she must have brought to the.
Don't even get me started on what Ariana Grande must have brought to this. She really is our Glinda.
No, and I wouldn't.
Like, let's talk.
Here's
about,
what
talk
I will
about
say to that little
braverism.
kid. To that little, get the fuck out.
Little Glindo, the actress.
Run, little Galindo.
No,
Run,
you don't want this.
No, you don't want to be Ariana. The worst thing that could happen to you is you become Ariana Grande.
And listen to the message of Wicked. Like, you don't want to be Glinda. You don't. She ends up all alone, honey. Like, you don't want the fame. You don't want the popularity. Like, cash that check and get out of the business, girl.
No, and all love
for you. We love you.
But like that Ariana Grande's like most significant relationship appears to be with Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers. It's like those gay guy podcasters. That's who you want to hang out that's extremely lonely.
She's got her mom and her brother, but yeah, I see the point.
Yeah, and what a brother.
What a brother, what a mother. Yeah, and she, like, I have always loved Ariana Grande, truly. Like, she's one of my longtime North Star pop girlies. Like, back from Victorious days, I was like, she's the one. And she continues to prove it. And
do you think her and Cynthia will stay friends?
She's gonna drop Cynthia so fucking fast.
You
Come
think?
on. What if Cynthia releases another pop song?
Well, she's gonna.
Oh God.
That's
Right.
what's. I mean,
Let's
come on,
talk-
pre-save whatever the fuck that she does.
Of course. Let's talk about her new song, No Place Like Home.
There's no place like home. Me settling into the recliners at Regal Essex.
When that song first came on, you and I were looking at each other and we were literally going, cut it.
Hey, stop this.
Stop. We don't want to hear it. But by the end, I was definitely singing along. I'm like, there's no place.
Right, like if you sing anything 8 times, if you repeat anything enough times, like
I'm in.
by the couple last ones, I'm singing it.
I'm in for sure. But it does get into
The nod though. I did the Wizard of Oz nod.
The Wizard of Oz not as cute. I liked
Yeah.
the song. I really did. I think that song's catchy. I think it's fun. But I do think it brings up a lot of the politics of Wicked.
The politics of Wicked.
The politics of Wicked. We have to talk about the
near
politics
perfect
of Wicked.
politics in Wicked. I
Yeah.
said the movie ended. I said, now what did you think about the American exceptionalism present throughout?
And I think that brings up a good question, right? Because is Oz America or is it perhaps a fictional place?
I think that distinction is going to be important.
I think it's going to be important because I think we have to remember Oz is not real.
Yeah, it can't be America because it's not real.
It's not real. It's a different place. It's not real.
Though similarly, America isn't real either. It felt
is.
resistance lib.
No, this song definitely gave like resistance art, and it was a little on the nose.
In this house, we believe Galindo
science.
is good.
Yeah.
That animals are our friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. It felt like it was like, I also love Hamilton.
Yeah.
I love the immigrant kind of take on Hamilton.
Yeah.
That's a different movie.
That's a different movie. This like to also kind of like, because it was ostensibly like the song felt very on the nose, kind of like we stand with immigrants of the movie, but in a way that I'm like, right, but a couple things there for me.
Go.
The animals are not immigrants.
Yeah.
Immigrants, not animals.
Right. And
And
it's got to be said, that it came up during Midsummer, which is, you're like, as much as this is a movie about a breakup, it's also a movie about a Swedish cult. And it's like, as much as this is perhaps an allegory to the current political time, it's also most important, I think, to view Wicked as a story about a fictional story about a witch and some talking animals and munchkins and the wizard. It's not America.
I couldn't agree more,
And
because that's the
you
thing.
Immediately get into troublesome things when you're like, what? When there seems to be an easy conflation between immigrants and animals, like Oz is an idea, but it's yours too.
Right. And it's like, oh, so
You also thought it was more, you said on the nose. I think that so much of Wicked does the original songs ask us to dabble in the middle and like understanding both.
Right.
You notice the line, it's them will be defeating.
Yeah, I did notice that line, it's them will be defeating, and I took issue with it because I thought Elphaba is a character who is out to get the wizard and has throughout been very supportive of the Ozians and of the Ozians knowing the truth about the wizard. Right. And she seems to care about everybody. She believes that the animals and the people can live in peace, and she's seen it, right? Like she's seen that to be the case. And then she in this song starts saying like it's them will be defeating, and I'm like, whoa, well, who are you talking about? You're talking about the other Ozian citizens? Because I kind of think you've been out to get the wizard, because the other Ozian citizens, even the ones who maybe have some anti-animal sentiment, which we don't see much of in this other than like the guards and stuff, like the people who really work for them. Like you don't see a ton of those kind of people, the perhaps basket of deplorables version of Ozian citizens. But I'm like, to make
you think she got a little I'm with her with it?
Yeah, she just made it us and them in a way that I'm like, no. You've been very rooted this whole time, and it's all of us versus the few at the top, the wizard and Madame Morrible, pretty much just the wizard. And it's like, for that song to kind of be like, no, we're going to defeat like them. I'm like, okay, well, slow down. Who's them? Like, let's talk this out, because I don't know, that character seems quite rooted in her one mission to defeat the wizard, who is the only reason any Ozian citizens are anti-animal as far as we can see, is because they were fear-mongered by the wizard who told them the animals are causing the problems. No?
Well, to the politics that I think were maybe more interesting, the wizard, like Wonderful, which
Yeah.
talk about a redemption from 1 to 2. Jeff Goldblum, you had me. I was kind of soft, being like, he gives Predator vibes,
Which I never agreed with.
but I was like, ooh, if Wicked Part 1, Jeff Goldblum approached me at a bar, I'll do his coke. But like, if Wicked for Good shows up, Jeff Goldblum shows up at the bar, I'll do coke off his cock. Which just is to say, like, he had, like, I was giddy. I was laughing.
He was so charming. And that whole sequence of Wonderful was,
yes,
it was frankly wonderful. I mean, I loved it. And after they're done, like, he goes, oh, I love the dancing. That was fun. And I was like, that's just what I was thinking in my little head. Like, I was like, that was a good time. And but that song, I think, nails the politics of Wicked on the head in many ways, because one, that song reminds us first and foremost that Oz is a fictional place.
Yes,
and that America is a real place where the wizard is from. And in that place, like, Wicked has this political stance, it seems, of like, right, so he comes from America. He's able to read this book and create this kind of storytelling. And he comes from a land where history, truth, not quite the same thing.
No, it's just what we all believe in.
It's just what we all believe in, and that you can tell a story a different way with different perspectives, right? Somebody can be an invader or a noble crusader or like a criminal or a philanthropist, right? It all depends how you look at it. And then he brings this kind of storytelling to Oz, creates a story that incites violence against the animals, and that is the toxicity the American toxicity that he brings to Oz, the fictional place that is not America.
Well, and right, that he potentially is trying to Americanize Oz, but his claim, including in that song, right, is like, I didn't invent the divisiveness. And again, not to go like Trump derangement syndrome, but it's like the idea is that, well, there was division here already. Like, I didn't incite, and that in the first one, they talk about, like, with what drew the initial rift is there was like a drought and famine that like led the animals and the people to like hate the animals. And so he's like, yeah, they called me wonderful. They gave me the pieces to be like, his argument is almost, I'm reflecting back to them in a little bit of a funhouse mirror. What's so wrong with that?
Right. But bring up the drought and stuff too. Like, that brings up Miss Morrible. She can control the weather.
Right. So when they're talking about a drought, it's like she either could have fixed that or she could have full manufactured
100%. And which brings just like
crisis.
it could be a manufactured crisis, but there could be also like, that just shows the endless ways to kind of impose your thinking on Wicked, and where it's a dangerous place to start imposing mapping American politics onto Oz, because
it doesn't hold up.
It doesn't hold up because of multiple reasons. Because like that, you can take into a climate change direction. Talk about manufactured weather crises that are caused by somebody who's in power, right? Then you can also
like that big oil and
or Madame Morrible.
Right.
Madame Morrible's big oil, right? And then it's like, obviously, and you could take it so many directions, right? Like Jeff Goldblum, colonizer, the house falling, drone strike.
Bing.
There's a lot of the cages that could be detention centers, prisons, cancel culture against conservative voices. It can be whatever you want it to be, and that's kind of the problem with politicking and
like
Wicked.
There's maybe like a QAnon or like a Q bent that you could see Mrs. Morrible as like the globalists, the neoliberalists,
100
Jews and being like, well, they control the weather, of course.
Well, right, and they control manufactured crises that get people to
and run the media. Like, let's be easy.
Run the media, we can interpret the story from a lot of different lenses, which is, I guess, the point made in Wonderful. Like, there's a lot of ways to see this shit. It's who you see as the good and the bad. But the point is that you made soundly earlier that most of the villains that we see were once victims.
Yeah. And that's important to remember. Keep that in mind the next time you see somebody having a hard day.
Yeah. And of course, it brings into question the best song in the movie.
Which is?
No Good Deed Goes Unpunished.
Which might be the definitive version for me now. 1,000%.
1,000%. That is a new definitive version of No Good Deed, which already fabulous song, but
They
so
blew
sorry,
it out of the water.
Adele Dazeem, because Cynthia
Bodied, ate, took it, added what she's doing vocally, and then the music accompaniment. And when I talk about like the cinematic experience of this, like that number is bigger than it could ever be on stage. That and her voice that like, because the original Wicked cast on Broadway was in their early 20s, she's got an entirely different sounding voice, Miss Cynthia Erivo, that is got and some of the best enunciation and articulation of words that I've never heard before.
Yeah. What words?
Oh, for me, this is my road of good intentions led to where such roads always lead.
Oh, sure.
Right. That was to me was kind of like an LMNOP where I could not tell you the individual parts. I'm like, no, she dried the tongue. She did the stretching. She was at choral camp. Like,
no, she's what she did to that song, and she brought such it was so mournful and sad, it just was. And that, oh God, No Good Deed Goes Unpunished. Like the lyrics in that song, like, so I meant well, but look at what well meant did. And it's just like, fuck. And then when she hits that line that I'd never heard so clearly before until seeing this movie, like, the question that's almost too much to mention, like, was I really seeking good or just seeking attention? Am I a criminal or am I a philanthropist? Like, it's all in the way we see ourselves. It's in the way others see us, right? Like, she's like, it is true that no good deed goes unpunished, and that no act of charity goes unresented. And like, I could just say in this cadence every lyric of that song,
and it would be the best advice you've ever heard.
Like, it's so true. And it's not just that, like, having good intentions, things can go wrong, and so your intention doesn't quite matter. It's that, like, there is a kernel of truth there, because even like what you said about the wizard, if he's coming in saying this division was already here and I was just reflecting it and they called me wonderful and they wanted me to be here, right? Like, that's not bad intentions, that's good intentions, right? Like, it's like the road to trying to do good does always lead, there's an attention seekingness to it. No,
well, that's what she wants. Her father's love, she wants her sister's love, she wants the love of the people, she wants the love of the wizard. Like, I think there's some argument of, does it matter what good intentions are if the outcome is the same? Like, who cares if you want to do good because you want adoration?
Yeah,
I mean, maybe that's what we see with Glinda, right? Like, talk about wanting what the other has. Like, she's true magic. She wants popularity and love. Galinda's has love and popularity.
Right.
Which, don't go looking for stupid bitch stacks, but let's check Fiero's phone. Let's see what kind of
Fiero.
Let's look at his search history, seeing if he's looking up green pussy pics, because
we've talked about the politics of Oz in general, but now we've got to talk about the interpersonal politics of Wicked. We're seeing a lot of love triangles. Cupid's arrow has really gone awry for many people, for Bach, for Nessa, for Elphaba, for Fiero, and for Glinda. Like, who loves who? It's going to get complicated when those answers don't match.
The answer so far, is who loves who is who they love whoever doesn't love them back.
Right.
Tough.
Yeah, tough. It's kind of a Midsummer Night's Dream narrative, huh?
Well, I mean, should Glinda have been so... Maybe that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe Glinda should not have been so shocked when her husband who never loved her didn't love her.
And that's what's so tough, too, when you really start to think about the ethics of man stealing, because that's one thing Elphaba did do, is she stole Glinda's man.
Sexiest sweater I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, you found the sweater sexy?
I loved that big, when she came in English teacher style with that big sweater.
Let a little shoulder show?
No, I'm like, do you think Miss Arriba's pregnant?
When she popped out with leg?
Bing. And you're like, if she wasn't, she's gonna be.
I mean, Yeah.
Real quick, I've always loved like As Long As You're Mine.
Yeah.
I thought, again, Jonathan Bailey, I was a little iffy on in the first movie. Jonathan Bailey and her in this,
it was lovely.
I do wish, to the sequencing point, I do wish that his verse came in right after hers, because they do like an interlude
do a
interstitial
pause,
that
yeah.
like when he comes back in, it doesn't feel as passionate or whatever.
Yeah, they take some time apart before they come together.
Yeah, I'm like,
But I think it's because they
he
would
went
have
into the
gone
bathroom to do some push-ups.
but
to,
they
like,
can't
pump
make
a little.
out for too long, because I think it's then we're getting talk about the Disneyfication. Like that could have been
Yeah.
a full sex scene.
We want full
We want-
Fiero Alphaba penetration.
I want full penetration from
I'm like,
Fiero
honey, I
Alphaba.
think there are a lot of versions of that online.
I'm sure there are.
Chat, don't let us know. I will say there were some clear winners and losers in Wicked for Good.
But do you mean the characters or do you mean the actors?
Okay, so winner, Little Galindo.
Little Galindo, big winner. Little Galindo, especially if she gets out of the business.
No, you have to go.
Winner, Jeff Goldblum.
Winner. I apologize for the insinuations I've been making socially and publicly about.
Thank you. On his behalf.
I'm apologizing to you about it.
Oh, thank you. On my
Yeah,
behalf.
that's what I think
Yeah.
it means more to you than
I've
it
been
does to
defending him. Yeah.
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 Which
yeah.
is gonna maybe not age well when it comes out what he's done. Allegedly, no one's alleging
No
anything.
one's alleged anything that we know of yet.
Yeah. Thank you. Loser, Michelle Yeoh.
Unfortunately, because we love winner in our hearts, of
We
course. We couldn't want more for you, as everyone, and that's clear. What I love about the critiques of Michelle Yeoh in this movie, and I'm glad we did talk about it because it's been said, we don't need to add.
No adding on.
No adding on to what's going on with her But I appreciate that there's not a single critique of Michelle Yeoh's performance in this movie that doesn't start with, I love Michelle Yeoh.
One of the great actors of our time.
One of the great actors of our time. No, there's no denying Michelle Yeoh, but yeah, you lost this one, sister. Winners,
please.
Cynthia and Ari. What fabulous talents. You really, I couldn't be happier.
I'm not going to see this movie any other way.
Yeah, I'm speechless with the both of those two, and congratulations. So I guess in conclusion, were you changed for good?
I've been changed for the better.
I believe I've been changed for the better.
Movies are back. So is feeling. The indescribable feeling you get when Wicked for Good. I was crying through a lot of the movie. I was really moved, really touched. Were you changed for good?
I was changed for good, and I love For Good is one of the best songs ever made, and friendship is beautiful and should be the center of more stories. I feel should be friendship, because I get to think of For Good, I get to think of so many things. There's been every good breakup I've ever had felt like doing For Good.
Yeah. And
then I also get to think, but then I also mostly get just to think about my friends, and everything flashes before me. I get to think about you, and I get to think about all my friends that it's just because I knew you. And because we get to do this podcast together after watching Wicked. What a treat. This was Stream Queens the Pod.
I'm Julia.
I'm Erin.
You can find our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. That's, of course, Spotify. That's, of course, Apple Podcasts for some of the biggies. Please like and
subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you want.
Check
and
us
follow
out
us
at
on
Stream Queens the Pod,
TikTok, Instagram, etc. And I promise if you do that, well, you couldn't be happier.